Welcome everybody to the Mere Nonsense Podcast. We are your hosts, Brad, Billy, and Z. We just watched the trailer for Megan is Missing. It looks fucking awful. I mean, it just looks like, when did it come out? Because it looks like a movie that's taken advantage of the paranormal activity
I think it was like
phase.
2017.
2011.
2011? So yeah, it's definitely taken advantage of the paranormal activity shit.
It's also only an hour 25 minutes long, so they're grasping at straws there.
Yeah. So, well,
Um,
I saw a TikTok. Billy probably saw a different TikTok, but similar to it, where it was saying the people are saying that movie's pretty much dog shit up until the last 20 minutes of the movie. The last 20 minutes is supposed to be really fucking gruesome and just overall like horrifying.
Yep. Yeah, I think
a
one
dog shit.
of the quotes was, "If you see photo number one, you got about 4 seconds to stop the movie."
Oh. Well, I that honestly piques my interest. I mean, I don't even care about watching the whole movie. I would just want to see the
Just
ending.
watch the last one.
Yeah. Like, because this movie just looks like I'd
It looks so
probably
bad.
just be way too bored to even want to finish it. So I'd much rather just see the ending and, take it as it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
A
were saying,
movie worse than
what were you saying about Venus? Venus, if anyone listens, she was in our podcast a few weeks ago, maybe like a month and a half ago.
Yep.
But she's more of a horror fanatic than all of us, honestly. And what was her response to it?
she said it was too grotesque even for her. That she enjoys the Terrifier, but Megan is Missing is just it's too much.
She's saying in chat, don't watch it.
Yeah, she said, "What's up? Don't watch
Okay.
it."
Well, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know if it's gonna be tonight or some other day, but I'm gonna watch it.
Do it tonight.
While I'm thinking about it, for those of you that listen to this on YouTube, we do this live every Sunday at 9:15 ish is when we start
Central.
Central Time. If you guys ever want to stop by Billy's chat, go for it. It's creating_havoc. If you ever want to watch live. We're trying to get our YouTube game up, but I mean, Twitch helps.
I think realistically, we just need to try to actually market ourselves. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that too, so you guys know that I've got my merch store up. I've been wanting to ask you guys about it for a while, but I keep forgetting. Like, do we want to throw that shit on some merch? It tells me what what I get paid, so we can break it down.
I would if we had some kind of design that we can all agree with. As of right now, our design is just basic as fuck, and it's definitely not the final product per se. It's just something we threw on, and then we just started doing the podcast. So I mean, I would absolutely love to do merch. One, once we get more of an audience, and two, when we actually have a good design that we like.
Yeah.
And we don't even need anything too crazy for a design. Like, a lot of podcasts are just like the podcast name in like a different font, microphone in the background or something, something super simple. Like Rooster Teeth podcast, like that's such a simple like design.
And I got this week off in between jobs, so I'm gonna try to fuck with Adobe Photoshop and see what I can do.
And then you and I guess this is kind of illegal to talk about, but if I need to use your Photoshop, I gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
So I can start working on stuff too,
Right.
and then we can start learning video editing, so we can. Because big thing right now, I want to get this on fucking TikTok, like at least some clips.
Oh yeah,
TikTok.
We already got some clips.
He's got like 19 clips.
I got like 2 clips of Billy, and I just got 1 clip of Brad right now.
We can string them together.
And it's funny because they're not even from like the actual podcast episode. It's just me doing like test clips of our sounds.
Yeah, it's doing the sound testing.
But yeah, no, that movie seems interesting. Earlier this week, I actually watched Hereditary for the first time with Venus. So we talked about it a little while ago because, it's an A24 movie. I've talked a lot about A24 where, I mean, they've got some good storytelling, but there's always some weird fucking shit going on in their movies, which is what honestly like pushes me away from watching it. So we would talk, and we were just like, what if like, sorry, what if we ended up watching Hereditary and Midsummer, because I haven't seen those. What if we watched them like while we were high? And it's a good thing I didn't watch it while I was high, because Hereditary is kind of fucked. Not gonna lie. It was surprisingly a good movie. It was a really good story, honestly.
In terms, would you guys say that you like psychological thrillers?
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
when it comes to horror movies as a broad genre, I don't like the psychological thriller ones too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but like that's one of my, I don't know. Like I like the spooky paranormal, like The Boy. I like how that started off, and I did like the twist in it. Have you ever seen The Boy, Billy? So I like the twist in that, and I like the paranormal act. Like that's fine, but the whole like Paranormal Activity was like the first one was good, just because it was like creepy, found footage kind of deal. But like the psychological thrillers of just like the scariness comes from like how weird everything is. I don't fuck with those too much, like the A24 films. I don't know what you guys feel about that.
Didn't we watch The Boy together?
I don't like The Witch. That was dumb. I mean, as simple as I could put it, like that movie was just dumb. It tried way too hard to be like religious.
The fucking goats. Where that was like the psychological like part of it, where it's just like, are the goats actually the devil? Like, fuck up.
That always what is symbolism for the devil.
Yeah.
Well, so the whole thing was like the goat is like the devil's. I don't fucking know, but it's like
the devil's supposed to be half goat.
Yeah, there you go. And then like the whole movie, or not the whole movie, but towards the end, they were like, the devils are the goat, or the goats are the devil, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that? I'm watching the trailer a little bit. Which for Hereditary, for the beginning, it shows like a dollhouse. Is that dollhouse pretty prevalent?
Yeah, yeah. Because the mom is some sort of like interior designer or whatever, so like she uses those dollhouses as references for the rooms.
Okay, because I'm trying to remember. Did you guys ever watch a movie in middle or high school for it revolves about around a see, all right. Knock this mic off. It revolves around a dollhouse in an attic, and when I think it's like a little girl starts playing with it, stuff starts actually happening to the family within.
Yes, Toy Soldiers.
I mean, that was a different one, but
dollhouse in an attic.
I have a feeling like I know what you're talking about. I also have a feeling that's probably like one of the like Annabelle or like Conjuring movies. Like a scene
it's not one of the. It's an old movie.
Oh, is it?
But seeing that dollhouse kind of made me think of it. So it's based off of a book, and I know it's a book that I read in the year that we watched it. That's why we watched the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of anything like that.
I don't know. Like I have like a picture in my head when you say that, but I think of like a scene just out of like.
Really, the only thing I can think of is Sinister, but even then, that doesn't have to do with the dollhouse. It has to do with the film
videotape thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Secrets in the Attic, based off the book The Dollhouse Murders.
Secrets in the Attic. Yeah, I'm only getting a book for this.
Well, yeah, so the Dollhouse Murders.
2020,
2016. Yeah, Boy in the Attic pops up for me. Like the Dollhouse Murders.
Yeah.
For Karen, the attic is her escape from the reality of her stepfather's unwanted attention. Together in the eaves of a house with its own murderous mystery, the best friends concoct a scheme that will put Karen's stepfather in his place. It wasn't supposed to turn deadly, and that's just the bio for the book.
Apparently, it's free on YouTube. It's a 1992 movie. I don't know. I think that might be it. That sounds right. But yeah, it's pretty much like the same thing. This chick's playing with the dollhouse, and there's something jacked up with the dollhouse, and it's like dolls are moving into different rooms, and they represent the people in the house. So like the dad doll's going through the different rooms checking for the kids, and it can't find them. But then there's another doll that's like a murderous spirit. So I don't remember. I was fucking young.
Mm-hmm.
But Egg Picker, thanks for the 2 bits. Yeah.
But yeah, I see like a TV show that has like kind of like a concept. Actually, it has a 6 out of 10 on IMDb, which the concept I would assume it would be a lot lower than that. But
yeah, it's an old movie. You know how old movies are.
do you guys have you guys watched like Us and Get Out and Jordan Peele's movies?
I've only seen Get Out. I wasn't a big fan of it. People said it was good, but I mean, maybe it's because it was spoiled to me. I don't know. The movie didn't really seem all that great, honestly. And then Us, I never got around to watching it. Nope looked interesting, but I'm hearing some mixed reviews on it. Yeah. I do actually want to see his version of Candyman, though.
Did it confirm that he's having a can? Oh, it's already the out. One that came out.
Yeah, that was Jordan Peele.
Is him? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that one's on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I've been meaning to watch that.
The list.
So you know how I brought up a while ago the if it's too early for Hollywood to use school shooting as a plot device, whatever. Mm-hmm. I did not know that there was a movie with Ezra Miller in 2011 where he goes on he's a school shooter but with a bow and arrow.
Fuck.
Yeah, and that came out in like 2011. I think it's called We Need to Talk About Kevin, I believe. And then there's another one that came out just recently, I want to say, within like the last year, that has to do with like an actual like school shooting. Yeah, I mean, shit. Hollywood is already on this shit. So I mean,
yeah, it's been a prevalent thing for a while, so I would assume Hollywood would fucking jump on it right away.
Yeah. I don't really know too much about the We Need to Talk About Kevin, but apparently Ezra Miller's really good at being a psychopath in that movie.
Apparently there's a lot of movies about school. Well, okay, that involve school shootings, but I'm seeing a lot of these probably aren't. Like Red Dawn's in here, or Final Exam. So I don't know how much it is.
I wouldn't call that really.
Red Dawn, no.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Taps is in here.
So back to Us. Us is a weird but cool concept, and Kara liked it a lot. She spoiled it for me, so I probably won't watch it. But out of the 3, I'd probably recommend that one because it's a cool concept.
Yeah,
Venus said it good.
I don't know. Are there any good horror movies we're looking forward to coming out this year?
This year?
Or like soon that have been announced?
Doesn't the Winnie the Pooh horror movie come out?
Okay, yeah, you're right. I have a look for that one.
I don't know, honestly. I have to look that up right now.
A new Scream?
Okay, I was excited. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer, but I was excited for Jeepers Creepers until the trailer came out. And it just...
There's another one coming out?
Yeah. Not from the original creator. They were trying to get away from that because he was a sexual predator.
Okay. I'm sorry. The Scream, I think, is the one that came out like early January.
Okay.
I'm looking at this list. Morbius is on here.
I've heard a lot about Smile. I have not seen the trailer for it. Smile supposedly looks really good.
Dark Harvest, is that one of those like books? It was about like a book from our childhood.
I don't know. That sounds like a Stephen King thing.
Director David Slade.
September 30th for Smile.
Based upon the novel by Norman Patridge. Sorry.
Fine, I like it when you talk. Keep talking to me.
Oh, okay. So you click on the trailer for YouTube and Smile. It says the following content may contain suicide or self-harm topics.
Nice.
Oh, this one seems interesting. At least the concept of it. Called They Them. On August 5th. John Logan, Oscar-nominated writer behind Skyfall, Gladiator, and The Aviator. Is the filmmaker for Blumhouse's horror movie They Them, which stars Kevin Bacon. Leader of an LGBTQ conversion camp as a mysterious killer becomes on the loose. It's being called a queer empowerment story as it will follow a number of stories of young different people. The concept sounds interesting. Have you guys seen the trailer for Beast? It's got Idris Elba in it, where he's
Idris Elba.
Yeah. Where he's in the safari surviving against a lion with his daughter.
No,
I haven't.
With his daughters.
Oh, Black Phone's out.
Yeah. Yes. He just saw it like 2 weeks ago.
Yep. I talked about it on the podcast, guy.
Yeah. I remember
when you said you're never here, Billy, for the podcast.
Yeah. Well, no. So I saw it. I've been seeing a lot of ads for it ever since we talked about it on the podcast, and I completely forgot that it was already out.
That was actually a pretty cool story, although it definitely didn't feel like a horror movie to me. It was still really good.
Is it's coined as a horror movie?
Yes.
Okay. It looked more like a. I mean, I don't even remember seeing the trailer, but it looked more like a drama thriller to me.
Yeah. I know they were supposed to be doing a Hellraiser movie. If I remember correctly, it was supposed to be a Hulu exclusive, or unless it was a show. I don't remember. They've been all over the place with that one.
I'd fuck with a Hellraiser show. I want a good new Silent Hill movie.
How long has it been since they even made a Silent Hill movie?
They made that
like early 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2006 was the first one. 2012 was Revelation, but that's
Revelations is the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Did you guys watch the first one?
Yeah.
Like the 2006 or whatever version. How did you guys feel about that?
Well, I was a kid and I was scared of it, so.
I remember watching it when I was like a teenager, and I still didn't think it was like that. Like, I thought it was creepy, like the part where it turns into Silent Hill or whatever, where like the walls get all like fleshy and shit, and those like masked nurse creatures were coming out. Like, that was creepy. I had no fucking idea what was going on.
Because when it came out on DVD, I remember going to a family friend's party, and they had the movie. And the one scene that I couldn't stomach, remind me again, I'm assuming it was from this movie, where the main church lady ends up dying in the end. The way that she ends up getting killed. I forgot how it was.
So, I just remember the part where like the girl, the daughter or whatever, was like in the middle on a stake almost, or some shit, and they're like burning the place down or some shit, or like it showed like the depths of hell or some. So I just remember a lot of fire or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, because I'm just chilling on IMDb right now, I see that Guillermo del Toro's coming out with a Pinocchio movie.
Oh, is it going to be better than the last one?
This one is animated, so I would assume so.
Oh.
What were you asking, Billy?
I was going to say, do we want to watch the Silent Hill movies tonight?
I don't really care about those movies, honestly.
Yeah, I never watched the second one, the 2012 one, but
no worries.
But yeah, I want. Ever since PT came out, I'm like, fuck, I want a new Silent Hill video game. But then I was thinking about it, I'm like a movie. I mean, like I still love video games. Like I love a movie about that shit again. With how much better, like if it had a good budget, right? Like how much better CGI would be shit. What I was thinking though, make it a 6-part miniseries on Netflix because those are always fucking good, you know?
Yeah. So I'm looking into more and like horror movies that are coming out. David Gordon Green, writer, producer, director of this newest Halloween trilogy. He's actually behind the Hellraiser, and it's a TV show.
Oh, okay.
But he's also going to be teaming up with Universal and Blumhouse to create an Exorcist movie for next year. Now, say what you will about the Halloween movies, but I don't know. Him being behind the Exorcist movies, I mean, supposed to be like the scariest movie ever back when it came out.
My mom told me she remembers when it came out, and they were like everyone was terrified of it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some pretty big shoes to fill, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if it flops, it'll just turn into another generic exorcism movie. One thing, did you guys ever watch The Exorcism of Emily Rose?
Yes, that was really good.
Was it? Because so I watched it 15 years ago at this point or some shit. A long time ago when it first came out. I was a kid. That's all I remember. I was watching it on I used to go onto On Demand. Comcast had On Demand, and they used to have where you could just go and watch movies. I would just go through the horror movie list. I'd pick on one.
Well, because it's not just supposed to be a horror movie. It had an interesting concept where a good chunk of the movie was also in court. Okay. Where I think this has to deal with the first time, based on true events, of the first time someone actually won a court case because of possession, where they actually
right. Well, that's it's one of the Conjuring movies. Is what that's based off of. It's like Conjuring 2 or Conjuring 3.
The Devil Made Me Do It was the last one that they made for the Conjuring.
So that might have been it. I thought I remember seeing something about.
Yeah, but that one has nothing to do with court cases, really.
It did that for 2 scenes. You're right, but I think it's the Conjuring 2. That family is the one from
the UK.
Or no, I'm thinking of Amityville Horror.
The one where the guy ends up the husband kills his whole family.
I believe so. That one is what's it called?
Because I think that's also slightly... I only saw The Devil Made Me Do It once, but I think that was part of the premise. Because there was a guy that ended up going into the insane asylum after he was possessed, because I think he ended up killing the wife's or the girlfriend's dad.
Okay.
Because he was possessed in the movie, so they kept him in the insane asylum while the Warrens were investigating.
Yeah, it could be both for all I know. They both could be portrayed in there.
They probably got.
But Ryan Reynolds is in this.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was when, 2002, 2003.
Used to play the dad?
2005.
Yeah. So that was, I think that was right.
Both movies came out in 2005.
I think that was right before he did Blade Trinity, or around the same time, because he had the beard and everything, the same look.
Yeah. I hope that I don't know his actor's name, but Blade Trinity was 2004. I hope that the new Blade guy is gonna kill
Mahershala Ali. Dude's amazing in anything he does. The only thing I'm worried about him is the action scenes, because everyone knows Wesley Snipes was a martial artist and he was the one doing all of his own stunts like that. So I mean, that's partly what made the movie so good, is the action scenes.
Yeah.
So I mean, vampires
Billy, do you have a favorite horror movie?
What's up?
Huh?
Do you have a favorite horror movie, Billy?
I mean, I'm sure I have favorite ones like throughout different times. You know, obviously, growing up, when I saw Amityville Horror, that was one of my favorite ones to go to. The original Paranormal Activity, I enjoyed a lot. Um, I don't think I currently have a favorite one though, since I really haven't started watching many movies. You know, I really only watch things if we're hanging out together, or if you guys see it, you're like, oh my god, you should watch this.
Yeah, because you're not going to watch anything otherwise. out of the movies we have watched recently, what's your favorite one so far?
Well, you know, I did just watch like I was telling you guys earlier, I did just watch Multiverse of Madness. And
The
that
ones we
was
watched, our movie nights,
oh,
the
okay.
horror, the
Oh, you
13
mean
Okay.
Ghosts, the Northman.
13 Ghosts was actually really good. I did enjoy 13 Ghosts a lot.
that is one of my favorite cult classics, honestly.
Yeah.
I am still holding off on watching The Thing just because you haven't watched it. So if we're going to watch The Thing, you got to be a part of it, Brad.
I'm done.
Let's do it tonight.
Right. Okay.
Bet.
Uh,
Movie night tonight. The Thing.
I did not like horror movies or even go out of my way to watch them until like 7th or 8th grade, honestly. And the first one that I actually went out of my way to watch was Land of the Dead by George A. Romero.
Such a good one.
Yup.
Did I was it you guys that I was telling about? Like my grandma said she couldn't even take me to watch scary movies because I was laughing in the theater when we were watching them.
That's amazing. You know, why am I not surprised?
I've been watching horror movies for a long time. Brittany, my sister, she fucking one day sat my ass in front of the TV and made me watch Darkness Falls. That movie was terrifying to me when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would hold up till today, but premise of Darkness Falls is there was like this. I think she was actually a witch, or she turned into a witch, but it was this woman. They burn her at the stake, and then her face got burned really bad. I think she lived or something, but she started to turn into she's the tooth fairy now.
Mm-hmm.
And what would happen is she would kill people, and she would take their teeth and turn it into a mask. But the whole thing was she couldn't be shown, like she couldn't be in the light or else she would burn. So me as a kid, I was terrified of the dark. But that's one of like the earliest horror movies I saw. But like I said, I used to go on demand, and I used to just click through watching like random horror movies. Hostel was one of the ones I watched back then.
Hostel was good too.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch that one when that one first came out. Like what, 6th grade maybe, like 06, 07?
Somewhere around there.
I like that.
I couldn't watch that. Once that first torture scene came up, I was like, "Fuck that, I'm out."
2005.
I think it's towards the end of the movie where the girl like is like sitting in a chair or something, and then she goes to get up, and it cuts her like Achilles tendon as she like stands up, and I'm just like. But watching that made me never want to go get.
Anytime they have that type of scene in a horror movie, like the first scene that or the first movie that comes up when that type of scene is brought up is The House of Wax.
Yeah.
Jared Padalecki, Sam Winchester, he was in that movie, and that's what happened to him. He was investigating a trailer, and the killer was underneath the floorboard. You know, sticks his hand out with a pair of scissors and just cuts it. A little snip snap. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. Those are the types of injuries where I see them where I'm like, oh, I could just imagine the pain from that. Fuck that.
All right, guilty pleasure horror movie.
Oh, fucking Puppet One.
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence.
Yeah.
The Puppet One.
Yeah, Dead Silence. The ventriloquist.
You never seen Dead Silence?
No, that sounds familiar.
Put it on the list.
It's honestly great. Fucking Donnie Wahlberg is in that one.
All right, I think I got a couple. What was that dog shit video? Get Out Alive. Is that it?
Oh, the one with Frankie Muniz.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Stay Alive, I think.
Stay Alive. Oh,
Stay Alive or Get Out
Can
Alive?
we put that on the list?
I don't know. You'd have to look it up to confirm it. But all I know is that Frankie
2006
Muniz
Stay Alive.
and Sophia Bush was in that.
Oh, it's on YouTube. $3.99, baby.
Not worth the
Oh,
$3.99.
that's the one where it's the video game stuff,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. If you guys are not looking at it right now, guess the Rotten Tomato score.
25.
50.
50?
Yeah.
10.
Fuck.
Somehow a 5 out of 10 on IMDb, but 10 on Rotten. Also, 85% of Google users liked it. $27.1 million in the box office.
Jesus.
That honestly, with even though it was a horrible movie, it's a great premise for a story, especially with today, with how prevalent video games are, and now
Sword
we're getting
Art
into,
Online?
huh?
Sword Art Online, which is literally the same premise.
Is it?
Yeah, Sword Art's an anime where season 1, like this is season 1, episode 1. They have this like virtual reality, but it's like full dive, so you are basically like kind of like asleep when you're in it, and you're like seeing it in your head or whatever, some shit like that, right? And the creator of that on opening day basically had like a kill switch that made it so they couldn't take off the helmet or it would blow their brains out or some shit.
Fry their brains, yeah.
And if you died in the game, it would kill you in real life too. And it's insane. It was cool.
Nice. I mean, they've only really done that for the most part, in terms of like action adventure, like Gamer, and was it Ready Player One?
Yep.
I think they need to like dip their toes in the horror aspect of it one more time.
That'd be so cool. Yeah.
Stay Alive again.
Venus was saying that she was wondering if we've ever seen The Holidays, the horror on anthology series. It's a different horror for each different holiday.
Oh, maybe.
The cover has got somebody with what looks like either a fox mask or maybe a bunny mask.
Yeah, it's the fucking punchers from Dead by Daylight.
Kevin Smith and Seth Green? Wow.
Yeah. It sounds familiar, and I want to say some of these things look familiar or like sound familiar, but when you're reading them, but I don't remember watching it. So
2016. No, I don't think I've ever heard of this movie.
No. Chatters love Stay Alive.
I was so stupid. I love it. It's one of the best, one of the dumbest movies.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the VHS movies?
Yep.
No.
I've heard good things of them, but I've never gone around to see those.
Yep.
But on the list.
On the list.
There's 3 of them, right?
There's VHS.
Because I see VHS Viral.
Yeah, there's Viral. Then there's like VHS 94, I think.
Oh.
Maybe there's 4 of them. Yeah, there's 4. There's VHS, VHS 2, VHS Viral, and then VHS 94.
Mm-hmm.
Did we put the Ouija movies on the list?
Did we? I thought we did.
So Ouija sucks. Ouija 1, not a good movie. Ouija 2, good movie. In retrospect, made Ouija 1 a good movie.
Yeah.
It's like, Insidious 1 is a good movie. Insidious 2, when you figure out all the shit that was happening in Insidious 1 during Insidious 2, made me want to go back and watch Insidious 1 and be like, oh, okay, this is cool as fuck.
These suddenly make sense.
Yeah. Billy, you... Oh,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm diverting a little bit. What's up?
Yeah, you go.
I was going to say, do you remember watching Grave Encounters when we rented that? That was
Yes.
like freshman year.
Yes, I like that movie a lot.
We made fun of it so fucking much, dude.
I actually, because I think I watched it once before I watched it with you. Was that did you watch it with me and Megan?
I think I've only watched it with you.
Okay.
That was
I
when
thought I
that was
I,
when we were
I thought I
doing.
remember watching it solo.
That's when we were doing Xbox watch parties.
Okay, because I thought I remember watching it and liking it.
I liked it. It was really dumb, but I liked it.
Because that's the one where they go into the insane asylum or whatever,
and they get locked in,
and the place changes.
Yeah, kind of like a main sort of kind of, yeah.
Put it on the list.
No.
Another one, real quick. Venus also recommends the ABCs of Death. I know I've seen that one.
I've seen it. I don't care for that one too much.
Yeah.
That one, so like the anthology like thing, like you get into like get to like F on there, and you're kind of like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're quick shorts, but yeah. Oh, what was your question, Brad? Too your little diverging questions.
It's still on the horror topic, but there's a game. I don't think it's available yet. Release date July 28th. It's Oh, I can't. Ghost Watchers.
Ghost Watchers.
Like it looks kind of like Phaz, but like different. And the character models look a lot better.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, I've seen this on Steam. Yeah.
That's not the one that One Colony. What's his name?
No.
Oh, he hasn't.
He was talking about, right?
He might. I think he did talk about it. Actually, yeah.
Because that sounds familiar.
Or is that the one, the indie one that you said he?
No.
I know he was talking about an indie one. I can't remember if it was Ghost Watcher, because I remember we talked about Phaz and how it's the same thing, but you have to exorcise the demons.
Yeah. What was that website he talked about? Oh, it's H.io, right?
Yeah. See, you liked Cabin in the Woods, right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
One of my chatters, that's your favorite movie.
That's Brad's favorite movie. Look,
I enjoy Cabin in the Woods a lot.
I call that ending a Brad ending. So leading up to that movie, Brad, for the life of me, I don't understand why, but every single fucking movie, Brad's just like, and everyone dies. And it never happens. And then when it finally fucking happens, it's like, oh, we just lost our shit.
And everyone did fucking die. Kara hates that movie.
Damn.
I think that movie is absolutely brilliant.
It is.
I think Brad's got taste now, so great.
now that I've watched more horror movies and get some of the references from that, it's so good. Like I didn't watch Evil Dead before I watched that. Mm-hmm. Now that I watch Evil Dead, I probably can go back and watch that and appreciate it much more.
Yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That was good. I like that one.
I haven't seen that one.
I loved it so much. That was more like comedy than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a 2-hour break between college classes freshman year, and I watched that during like my break. That was one of the movies that I watched.
Nice.
And I remember like breaking up the Hurt Locker between like fucking 2 different days because that's a long ass movie.
You guys ever watch Slither?
Slither?
I knew.
Yeah, the Sean Gunn movie, or James Gunn movie, I mean. It had Nathan Fillion in it. Where this fucking slug thing is just like infecting people and turning them into like mutated people / zombies.
What a fucking
premise.
Well, like, no, just the.
You guys don't remember this movie?
Pics, no.
Wow. Michael Rooker's in it too.
I never watched.
Yeah, it was.
Fuck.
It was interesting. This is another cult classic. A lot of people really love this movie. But
someone's got a tattoo of one of the characters on it.
Nice.
You know, you said Grave Encounters, and now it's on my IMDb list. Z, you said you watched Rec, right?
Rec?
Venus did not like it.
Rec is I think that's the Spanish version
of Quarantine? Fuck yeah. Those movies are so much better than Quarantine movies.
Put them on the list.
Fuck yeah.
But
the first movie...
Did you watch Grave Encounters, Billy?
You know what? I think I had that thing open and Grave Encounter.
It's like Ghostbusters,
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters going to Insane
Yeah.
Asylum. Okay.
I watched those. I wouldn't mind watching them again.
Fuck. All right. Venus, I hope you're jotting these things down on the list because I'm not.
Heart of
I have a mental
list.
mental list.
Heart of Darkness.
Super reliable.
Is it Descent that I've heard is supposed to be really good too?
That one's good, yeah.
Venus wants to know, since when is she the list person? Always, Venus. You're always
Right
the list
Always.
person.
The fuck? Come on.
I don't know if you guys have seen. Have you guys seen As Above, So Below?
I'm sorry. What was that?
As above, so below.
Oh yeah.
As Below, So Above.
That's
French... the catacombs in France.
Yeah.
That surprised me with how much I enjoyed that one. I'm not like a claustrophobic guy, so like that didn't bug me too much. But the I don't know, it got crazy. I enjoyed it.
I think remind me if that's the movie. I fucking lost it when the wrecked car just like lit on fire out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No. Well.
No, that happened to that one.
Is that one?
I think it was that one. I
yeah,
was just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, it just like, well, because it was supposed to be about, wasn't that character's brother or sister like killed in a crash? And that was like the whole thing for him.
It's been a long time.
I don't remember. It's been like 5 years for me, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. The Descent,
I remember,
that's the spelunking one, isn't it?
Yeah,
the cave divers.
Yeah.
That one was pretty cool. That one gets talked about a lot. A lot of people really love it.
I've seen it mentioned a lot of times, and I've never thought about watching it. So
I've seen it like once or twice.
Descent is awesome.
They made a second one as well.
Did they call it The Ascent?
Yeah, actually.
Billy?
What?
Drink your water.
Drink your water.
We have a lot of horror movies on our list.
Shark movies.
Shark Week?
Do you guys like any shark movies? My absolute favorite is Deep Blue Sea.
OG Jaws, but that's the only one that I could think of that I've watched. Let's put all of the Sharknadoes.
What about that 47 meters movie? Is
that the one where the chick loses her arm? No, that's not it.
I don't know.
Her losing her arm is like the actual plot point.
Gotcha.
She like loses her arm at sea.
Oh, wasn't that because that's the surfer chick movie, isn't it? Where she loses her arm.
Yeah.
It's her amazing comeback story to going back to surfing after that.
You know what that fucking reminds me of, Z?
What?
And you're gonna have to piece in some of this. Do you remember the story Charlie used to tell us about his neighbor?
Oh yeah. I love this fucking story. So
do you remember it? Well,
yes. So I'm gonna do a little fucking sidetrack story leading up to it because I'm still upset about this. But anyways, Charlie had a neighbor that lived down the street. Holy fuck, Billy. You're just non-existent now. Anyways, Charlie had a neighbor like 2 houses down from him that was selling all of his things. I actually still have a bunch of his records that I bought from him because he was selling them by the box load for like fucking $5. So I ended up getting a bunch of his records, and he was selling his Bronco. It had a fucking Coyote engine in it. Fucking, oh my god, dude, it was clean. He was selling it for $1,500. I'm just a stupid 17-year-old. I was just like, damn, I would really like this truck. I bring it up to my dad, and he's like, nah, we need a fuel efficient car. I'm like, god damn it. If only I had money saved up for that, I would have bought it on the spot. But anyways, Charlie ends up talking to us about his neighbor. And he's like, yeah, this guy's wild. He's got a news article about him plaqued in his wall. and it's talking about how he used to swim with the whales in Hawaii, and just like free swimming, didn't have any gear on him or anything. Dude was just always going out there swimming with whales or whatever by himself. One day, dude gets a fucking stroke or a heart attack. I don't know which one it was, but he ends up getting numb on his left side, and he starts like with his right arm just starts like pounding on his chest, you know, trying to like get some movement back or whatever.
In the water.
In the water. Finally gets some sort of movement, and he ends up side stroking that motherfucker on the entire way back to the island.
Jesus Christ.
Gets on a motorcycle, drives one-handed to the hospital, and the hospital didn't have any equipment for him, so he ended up getting into a emergency helicopter, and they took him to an actual hospital that can help out.
You go to like some small fucking hospital?
I don't know, man, but this dude's a fucking madman for that. Like, holy shit, what a story to like live with, dude.
Right.
What did that guy do to want to go out and swim with fucking whales and then still be able to do that shit? Swimming back like that.
That's a good question. That's like asking, why would someone want to free climb a fucking mountain with just chalk?
True.
Like, those people are wild as shit too.
Those people are dumb. That is the right word.
You ever see those parkour videos?
Yeah.
Where they're jumping around and then they like misstep or they miss their jump.
Yeah. Also dumb.
I actually just saw a TikTok of I think it was a Facebook video, I don't know. But this guy, there were these two people, they each had their own rope. I guess this guy slipped and he ended up falling back and the rope broke. So he ended up falling all the way down, but he fell directly on the guy that was still holding onto his rope and everything. So that was like the luckiest fall that dude could have ever had.
Yeah. Like watching, like for whatever reason, like Black Widow comes to mind, where they're like climbing a mountain or whatever with the ice picks or whatever. Like seeing that in a movie, I feel nothing. Seeing a real video of someone even like 15 feet, 20 feet above the ground, I'm like, no. Like, where's the harness? Where's the fucking harness?
For real. I used to think that was the coolest shit ever, and then I grew up, and I'm like, that's fucking terrifying.
And then I grew up.
Seriously. The shit, so when Z and I used to do, like, parkour, right? Like, we used to, watch videos and, like, try to copy them or whatever. And for the most part, we were safe. But, like, thinking about some of the shit that we tried to do, it was just like, we're lucky that we didn't just slip doing like, Yo. Again, we were only going 10 or 15 feet in the air, but like we're jumping off and like, tucking and rolling. And it was like, it's a good thing that we were fucking, I don't know, just tanks of kids.
Yeah. Guys, there's some shit.
So I've never broken a bone. I don't know about you guys.
Nope.
Well, I guess, do you count fractures?
No, I've fractured a couple things.
Then I've never broken a bone either.
Yeah, because how did we not break anything? Like, break our ankles, like, even just break our toes, by, like...
I did bust my shit a lot of times. Especially when we were trying to, free run at the park.
Right.
Because that's when we were just vaulting and, like, jumping through and doing a bunch of other shit instead of just climbing up things. Like that's when I was busting my shit. Oh my god, I remember vaulting so many metal poles that were just a little too high for me, and I was always landing on my fucking shins on those poles, and then I just busted my face. I
tried free running once. I was a little younger. It was the 4th of July, and I only remember that because we were visiting my grandparents because they lived by a beach. So we were going out to the beach to watch the fireworks show they were putting on. And I was playing on the playground at the beach, and I was, doing my parkour free running shit. Then I went to step, on those little, like, quarter circle kind of things where it's got the little monkey bars and it's curved.
Yeah.
I went to step on that and I slipped, fell through the hole, whacked my head back and forth like 8 times on the fucking bars. Fell down. I'm on the ground, and there's this other chick, like it's probably about the same age as me, and she just starts fucking screaming. And I'm like, "Why are you screaming?" I put my hand on the back of my head, and there's just like goopy blood, just like coming back. I had to get staples in the back of my fucking head from it.
A bunch of people in high school ended up getting wind that us four, me, Brad, and Zelmo, and our other buddy Madden were.
Of course, Zelmo was in on it.
Yeah, that was our group. It was all 4 of us, but that we were doing parkour. So every now and then we'd have someone new with us. And the funniest fucking thing you just reminded me of, this guy Kevin. Holy shit! So we were just explaining to him the basics, like a fast vault, which would be just one hand, and you're like, obviously fast vault, self-explanatory, and then a regular vault with two hands, monkey vault, whatever. But oh my god, I remember this so vividly now. We explained to him the fast vault, and he was gonna try that first. Tell me why this motherfucker just dives over the bench instead of vaulting. And I just see him yelling as he jumps over it, lands face first on the grass.
My fucking god.
Dude, that was amazing. And then we had this Mexican dude, another Michael, that was the third one. I don't know why, he just kept saying hardcore. And like we were telling him, it's like, it's parkour, and then he just stuck with it. It was like hardcore, like right before he would do anything, right before he would climb or vault or whatever.
He was that episode of The Office, but he was saying hardcore.
Yeah, yeah. He was. We had some fun times with that stuff. We used to do a bunch of stuff.
We used to be outside all the fucking time.
Yeah, it also used to not hurt to get up in the morning.
Yeah,
that's a good question. Yeah,
we actually did used to be, like outdoor kids. Like we played a lot of video games, but we were outdoor kids for the most part too.
Branches
we used to also play football, and it got to the point where I think at one point we ended up having like 7 people on both teams, something like that.
We had a big squad.
Our buddy Matt, he was always using his height and his speed to his advantage, so he was always like a wide receiver type of person. And we ended up having this one guy, Marvin. He ends up playing with us. I think this was like his first or second time, and he couldn't catch up to Matt. And while he was slowing down because he couldn't catch up to Matt just turns around and just flicks him off. We all just fucking lost it, dude. Now we had this one day where we spent the entire afternoon playing football. I remember we took one break going to Walgreens just to get like Gatorade and stuff. And we played so much, and I didn't even realize it until our buddy Jake ended up telling us that he lost 7 pounds that day. I was like, holy fuck, dude. Like, we played that entire fucking day. It was like 100-degree weather or whatever, but like, yeah, we were
with I remember with that thing with Marvin, I was running to catch up to Matt, and I'm like trailing behind him because I had perfect view of what was happening. It was Matt, and Marvin was like neck and neck with him. But Matt was like, you know how you like put your arm out to stuff them so they can't like actually tackle you? He's doing that, but middle finger out. And that's what he was doing to Marvin.
We had an insane moment though. So our buddy Madden was arguably the fastest one out of all of us. And then this one time we had our buddy Chris Roberts come in. And these two were covering each other. Chris was a wide receiver in this play, and Madden was just covering him. So I remember being the QB, and I threw it at Chris, and Madden was very good at like covering him. So he ended up tipping it off from him. They both dove, and he tipped it off of him. And some fucking how, it's so hard to explain it without like people actually seeing it. But Chris actually dove a second time for the ball after he already dove
did like
once.
A midair like tuck and roll without hitting the ground and got like an extra foot on it.
And that was like
some
the
Gears of War
wildest shit. Wildest shit I've ever seen, dude. But yeah, dude, we had some great fucking memories doing that stuff, man. Like, it's good to think back on it every now and then.
Hey Z, when's the last time you went outside for anything?
Today.
To do anything active.
Active?
Yeah. I don't count. I guess mowing the lawn counts. I mow the lawn once a week now. That's my activity.
Yesterday? No, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. Ended up getting, what was it? This fucking this table for like manicures and pedicures. I don't know, whatever. But like nails and shit. I ended up helping out my brother because he got it for like $50 off of Facebook with this one guy in Plainfield. That was just because of the fucking marble tabletop. That was the heaviest shit I've picked up in a long time, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god, shit. That was fucking awful to deal with.
My couch is heavy as fuck, and if next time I move, I'm getting movers.
Yeah.
I said that this time. Next time for sure.
For sure.
There was. So the roommate's parents got I think it was, I can't remember if it was one of theirs and they were cleaning out their garage, or no, she found it was down the street and it was for free. One of their neighbors was getting rid of it, so we brought it back. And this fucking monster of a wardrobe, or whatever the fuck it is. It's got like the chest up front and then it's got drawers in the bottom. And
sure.
Yeah, something. And we're trying to, it's me and her dad trying to lift it up our stairs. And if you don't know anything about our stairs, it's an L shape. And then on top of it, there's also there's like a little kind of overhang. So, you know, as you're walking down, there's a little freak. This shit, we go up the first step and her dad and I are just trying to put, first, it's big, it's too big. So we can't even like turn it, right? We have to freaking push it in, take a little bit out, and then pull it up. And we're pushing, it's not working. We get it up the first step eventually after turning it, and it just keeps hitting the top. And we're like, what the fuck? So we pull it out. We're like, you know what? We need to flip it because the legs, you can't take them off, and it's giving us a real pain in the ass right now. It's what's catching on the steps. So we flip it up upside down, pushing it up, and it's heavy. Even without the drawers in it, it's heavy. I don't know what wood it's made of, but that bitch is heavy. Pushing it up, and I put my hand on the overhang to kind of like brace myself because we're starting to slip, and her dad's like losing steam. And I just go through the overhang. And like, oh shit. what was that? Like, I'm fine, the wall's not. But we sat there for a bit. Eventually we get it all the way up to the top, and it's like the last step, and the dad's pushing, she's pushing now, and we're just like, it lifts up, it goes over, and I just feel like I'm about to pass out as soon as it like gets up there. Fuck that dresser. I told her if she wants that thing moved again, she can get movers.
The nice thing about moving into a one-story house is if you bring something in, it's not going far.
Right.
Yeah, my couch is it's a reclining couch, so it has like the extra metal in there. So that thing was just heavy. Fuck, it took 3 of us to move it 50 feet. You know, it was heavy as shit. You okay, Z?
Dog, why you bring this up?
Does he look like he's sweating to you?
Why the fuck would you bring this up, Brad? You fucking bitch.
Because it's the end of the podcast. No one's here.
This fucking beer, for some reason, is making me sweat, dude.
The cores release the pores.
Oh my god, for real, dude, for real. Yeah, we're literally about to hit the hour.
So Q-Berry's here.
Call it on that, boys.
And Venus is still here, I'm sure.
No, she's sleeping.
And a mystery third, you know, probably.
If she's not, she's gonna fall asleep 10 minutes into the thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, boys. Well, it was a good episode. And
yeah, good trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Deuces.
Medicine Root.